Good morning. As we continue on with a series on the Song of Songs, we move into chapter 7. And this is an amazing chapter. Really, we're coming to the fullness of maturity, talking about the fullness of maturity and living it out. And I just wanted to highlight one thing from the end of chapter 6 real quick as we move into chapter 7. In chapter 6, in verse 13, we had just talked about her desire and delight had transitioned her soul, brought her to the king's company, and she the first time she's called Shulamite is there. She's named, and so we see in this process of maturity, all of a sudden this lady who is in love with the king and who has been courted and then consummated marriage and then continued delight and desire and then grown to maturity by coming out and walking, and then she's really people are drawn to him, and she's explaining them, and then he calls her name for the first time, and it's really amazing that she is named in that chapter. Moving on to chapter 7, just remember that, now we're talking about this person who's in a place of maturity where they know their name. They know who they are. And the awesome thing is the name is almost like the Shulamite is almost like she's named after Solomon. She's like that name means peaceful one. And also that name, I believe what they say is that there's a tie to the region that she's from is the same region that Abishag, the Shunammite, was from, who, if you remember, she was the one who laid with King David in his old age, and kept him warm when he couldn't keep warm. But thing it says about her is she's beautiful. It says, actually, one version says she's unsurpassed in beauty. And the Shulamite in Song of Songs is a female from the same area. So you think of, when you think of this, and at this point in maturity of relationship, being called by a name has to do with the absolute unsurpassed beauty of being in a mature in relationship and the peace that exudes. That's two definitive characteristics of a person walking in maturity with Yeshua. So chapter 7, what you see, and if there's, again, this is so important. There is a continual courting going on, even when they're in the depth of relationship with each other in maturity. I just hope, we have to get this. We never outgrow loving Jesus and being loved by Jesus, no matter where we get to in life with God or in heaven or on earth. There's no great place we're ever going to arrive to or pass to where there's not a deep desire and relationship to know Jesus. He is amazing. And so the book really, that's one of the threads in this book that you just have to grab. It's not just a love poem. It's the reality of what our lives have to be. We have to have deep relationship with Jesus, and we have to keep it going no matter what. And deep desire, and his desire, God's desire is always for us as well, in pleasure and in love with us. He actually sees us like that when he calls us by that name. He sees us as peaceful ones and unsurpassed beauty because of what Jesus did and allowed us to become in him. So the last thing I really want to mention about this chapter is as they're walking through desire with each other, talking about each other, one of the things she says is she's talking about how she's getting away. And not only is she getting away to she says, let us go out to the villages. Let us go out into the towns. Let us go and check on things and see on things. And she says to Solomon, there, I will give you my love. And just listen to how the maturity has changed her. Now she's going out. Abraham went out into a foreign land with the great promises of God. And he believed God's promises to him, and it was accounted to him for righteousness. she's at this point of maturity where she's going out and she's saying, come be with me. Come, let us lodge in the villages. Come out. Come with me. I'm gone. I'm going. I'm with you. Come be with me. And what a place to be with Jesus, that when we walk in such a place where we're so confident in who we are in him and who Jesus is in us, that we go out with courage and say, come be with me, Lord Jesus. Come live life with me as I'm out in this place. I believe that is a pleasing thing to the King, that he desires in all of us to live in that place of connectivity and communion and union with him, and faith that moves out. God bless you.